What's up, guys? Welcome to Monday's stream. Really excited about some stuff that I want to talk about today. Saturday night, yesterday, I had a bunch of people over for like this Thanksgiving thing, the Friendsgiving. And totally last minute, wicked spontaneous. I didn't really have any plans for Sunday. And I just like texted everybody, said, hey, come to my place, got me, I'm going to have music, food, bring some food. We'll probably just shoot the shit, play games, eat food, get hammered, and just do some good old socializing. So anyway, turnout was great. We had a blast yesterday. Had people over. People showed up around like 2, and I shit you not. We were going until like 1 a.m. last night on a Sunday night. It was pretty crazy. But it made me think about some stuff that I want to bring up for today's topics before we jump right into the RuneScape stream. And the topic for today is being a king. And what does that mean? What does that mean, being a king? So some things that like are king-like, right? Don't think of Prince Joffrey from Game of Thrones. That guy's a dink. I will be merciful. I will be a merciful king. All right. So a trait that I really like and that I think everybody should embody is knowing that you're good enough already. You're good enough the way you are. And in doing that, you're coming from a place that you've got a space to give value to others. Genuine compliments to people. Like if you think somebody's got a cool shirt, tell them they got a cool shirt. I'm going to talk about yesterday, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this today specifically. Some people obviously can be dicks, right? So a leader, and what I think a king does, is he sees the best in people. He sees the best in others, and he's almost got a vision for others that they can live up to. And even if even if that person that you're kind of praising doesn't have a lot of self-esteem, and maybe people are shitting on them, it's kind of like one of those things that if you see the best in them and point it out to them, that's one of the most valuable things that you can do, and that is a very high value thing to do. And if you've been in the, if you've ever gotten into learning how to get better with women, one of the most attractive things is being a high value guy, and that's besides like non-neediness and abundance, giving value to others. People come to you to get value, right? So this is something. Don't do this in a fake way. Genuinely point out the best in others. So I got a friend, I'm not going to say his name, but he literally has so much energy, and he's got such a good heart. He's got like really good vibes. And we were all hanging out yesterday, and he got a little drunk, and some people were kind of like shitting on him, because he was hammered. Not everybody else was. And he was doing some stupid things, but he was hilarious. He brought like such a good energy. And one of my buddies was like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, dude, ignore him, man. Like, you have like so much like passion and fucking heart, man. Like, it's like good vibes. It's good vibes, man. You bring good vibes. And I was thinking about this because I think that's what a king should do, is bring value to other people. But also be willing to challenge people. So challenge others. Like if somebody does something ridiculous and is kind of out of line and is crossing your boundaries in your metaphorical kingdom, if you will, right? Because like if you're a king, you've got boundaries, right? You can't just let everybody in. I actually used to do this. I used to like be friends with everybody. And I didn't really have a filter because I went from very, very introverted, not really talking to anybody, to all of a sudden like, I love everybody, man. Peace and love, man. everybody's my friend. And, you know, I started to just hang out with all different types of people, which is actually pretty cool. And I definitely recommend to not judge others and give people the benefit of the doubt. And most people are really awesome. But that being said, you gotta have a filter. You gotta have boundaries. You gotta have boundaries to your kingdom. So, that being said, you gotta be willing to call people out. You don't have to be confrontational all the time. Like I would say, like 90% of the time, you should be giving good emotions, you know, compliments to everybody, you know, and make sure it's genuine, you know, and including women. But you don't want to do it in a way where you're trying to get something from them. You should just be offering value to people and not expecting anything in return, if that makes sense. Because especially girls can smell this. Like if you're like, you're so pretty, and then you just wait for her to say something, dude, like that will fucking repel women. And that's why I think traditionally the saying is nice guys finish last. Because if you look at it deeper, there's two different ways to say that. You know, there's a way that you can say it where you're giving somebody a compliment and you don't want anything in return. You're just trying to make them feel good. You know, because you are already feeling so good. You feel full. You know, just being you. Your life's good. Your life's awesome. You don't need anything from anybody. You're just here to give good vibes to people, and all is good. You know, so be willing to challenge people though, and this actually, you know, if somebody's being a dick, you know, you gotta be willing to step up and be like, dude, like, relax, man. Like you're bumming everybody out. You're bringing the vibe down. You know, like you gotta be willing to man up. But for the most part, man, like, don't be confrontational all the time. But you know, be willing to call people out, if that makes sense. But for the most part, being a high value guy, you can give value to others. So something that I heard today, and this is very true, women don't even know they do this half the time, but sometimes they'll brag, they won't brag, but they'll talk about like another guy, you know, that like was interested in them, like, oh, Timmy was flirting with me today, and they'll try to do this, and some girls will do this, and they don't even know where, like, the root of doing it is coming from. But a lot of them will do this to see if you will get affected by this, to see if you will get jealous. So a good way that this applies to that is, let's say your girlfriend's like, oh my God, this guy was flirting with me, and it was kind of funny. You know, you can say something along the lines of like, you know, like, again, try to be real with it. You know, you don't want to be like, oh, he's probably so much cooler than me. But like, try to be on the other guy's side. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost reverse psychology, but in the sense, you already feel fucking awesome, and don't let other people's agendas affect that. So let's say a girl's bragging about another guy, and let's say you like this girl, and you can literally be like, well, why don't you just go out with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, ask him out to lunch. Or this has happened to me before. You know, I forget if it was my current girlfriend or my last girlfriend, but you know, she said this guy. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about. I got one scenario. My ex-girlfriend. This guy approached her, and you know, he had the balls to like go up and say hi, and he was a funny Russian guy. And, you know, that she was doing her homework and they just hung out for a bit. And you know what I said? I was like, this guy sounds actually really cool. Like, the fact that he had the balls to, like, go up and approach you, sounds like a confident, cool guy. I was like, you know, I'm having a party this Friday. Why don't you invite him? He sounds like a good time. So that's a really, really good example of offering value, because you already feel good. Now, don't get me wrong. I've had my moments where, like, you know, I'm not perfect, right? I'm human, but you know, there's been times where I've gotten jealous. So you never want to get jealous, because ultimately jealousy is coming from a spot where you don't feel good enough and you want to take other people down. So this leads to my second point. Is it kind of ties into this, but a general rule is if you're gonna condemn people, condemn in private. You don't want to make fun of somebody ever, especially in a group. You can tease, you know, but like don't be a dick about it. But like genuinely, if somebody like bothered you or like is out of line, pull them aside and then, you know, or let's say you're doing some management. You don't want to call somebody out in front of all the employees, right? You pull them aside, you have a one-on-one with them, and you say, hey man, just work on this and this. And then when you're in front of everybody, like let's say you're a manager, and you're in front of everybody, you know, the employees are there, and let's say you're giving a little talk, you want to praise people in public. So praise in public, condemn in private. It's a good general rule. And of course, my favorite thing to talk about is body language, because body language does so much. It changes how other people. I love talking about body language because it really does affect so much. It changes how you view yourself and how other people view you. It's just a really, really powerful thing. And I know most of you know this already because I fucking talk about it all the time. But your nonverbal communication. This includes voice tonality. This includes you know, how you carry yourself, and so body language and voice tonality and rhythm and all that makes up for like about 85% of fucking communication. That's a lot, right? So like 15% of what you're saying, like it's a small percent. So really what you're saying doesn't even necessarily mean that much. So something that you guys can do to help, just some general rules, write this down if this helps, but just some general rules. You will actually feel more confident just by doing this. You'll feel more relaxed, and you'll see why in a second, but you will feel cooler just doing this. And other people will view you as more of like, let me find the right word here. I don't want to say alpha because like that could be misinterpreted, but they'll view you more as like a cool person, you know? And a lot of this, especially with girls, if you have very relaxed, dominant body language, it's kind of like it's like natural attraction. You don't even have to do anything. If you fix this part of, you know, game, like you literally can just walk in a room, be super relaxed, and you know, you have solid, attractive body language. Right off the bat, like a girl will be attracted to you, you know. And just because she's attracted to you doesn't mean she's gonna fuck you or be your girlfriend. Because attraction ultimately doesn't mean that much. It just means like there's gonna be that spark there and some that flirty vibe there when you actually initiate having a conversation. So it's not the end all be all, but God, dude, it will help you. So anyway, some rules of thumb with the body language is slow down. You don't want to be fucking fidgety and jittery and like, you know, like, oh yeah, you know, doing this like nose thing, you know. So like, just slow it down. Just slow the fuck down. Slow your movements down. Slow your voice down. Because you don't want to be talking like this. Yeah, so last week I went to, you know, just slow it down and slow your movements down. So slow it down. Number one. Don't lean in. This is kind of a general rule, but like, this is, I've talked about this before, but it's called pecking, and you'll see this a lot. Like a guy's at the club, and this is very supplicative behavior. You know, like a girl's like, "What?" and he's like, and he like leans in like a chicken. He just fucking keeps doing this thing. You know, it's like, dude, no, like don't like lean in all the time. You know, ultimately, you want to be able to talk loud enough that you don't have to like be leaning in all the time. And if you can't hear her, another thing that you can do is just, you know, point at your ear like, yeah, I can't hear you. Because you don't want to be doing this thing. Trust me. I'll get into the details of why. I can actually get a book that I came out with. It's an ebook. It's not 100% done yet, but I will let you know when that's officially out on the website. So slow down. Don't lean in. Just relax. Something that you can do to help you relax is just take 3 like big deep breaths and just like let all the tension just melt away, man. And another thing that happens when you focus on your breath is you can't be up in your head. You can't be overanalyzing things. Just relax. And then another thing is just take up space. Again, these are general rules, so it's not like the end all be all here. but try to take up your space. Don't fucking like close off like a fucking wuss. Just take up your space and be comfortable in the space that you're taking up. All right, so that's and again, this will help your own self-image as well as the image that other people will have of you. So keep that in mind. I think that's all I got for you guys tonight. We're gonna jump into Q&A. The whole time I'm streaming tonight, you know, fucking just chilling on the RuneScape, streaming Q&A, and yeah, tonight, I think I'm going to be doing some quests. Let's see, do I have any other announcements? We are going to probably celebrate because fucking Dracon keeps telling me we're going to celebrate, so we're going to celebrate. I haven't checked the polls yet, but there is a poll on the Discord if you guys want to check that out. Of like what we're doing since I hit 2,000 views. I don't really care that much, but you know what? Fuck it. Life's short. Let's just do something ridiculous. So you guys can check that out on the Discord. I'm gonna officially announce Wednesday, and then we'll celebrate Wednesday. It's either gonna be like a charity stream for like kids in the hospital, or I mean the topics range from like, or I should say the winning results range from fucking me bathing myself in sprinkles. Yeah, it's crazy. Check it out. Let me know who you guys want me to interview. I am launching my podcast this week, officially on SoundCloud and iTunes. So if you guys have any requests for who you want me to interview, let me know. Something you guys should do now is bookmark the collection page and the YouTube page. If you scroll down on this Twitch channel, just click those, bookmark that shit. Check out like all the new updates, all the new videos that are coming out. It's good stuff, I promise. And my schedule, guys, I'm going to try to get better at the schedule. I'm going to try to stick to 7:30. I really am. This week's going to be crazy because of Thanksgiving and shit. So I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you guys posted in the loop about what's happening. What else? Oh, you know what? Real quick, something I want you guys to check out. Check this. Oh, you know, I think I totally did that wrong. Oh, no, there it is. Referium. It's this cool new site that came out. You guys can literally, because I'm like now affiliated with Referium, you guys can literally get paid money just from hanging out in the stream. It's not much, but if you guys are just hanging out in the stream, you know, asking me stuff and just hanging out, shooting the shit, we're just fucking chilling, you guys can get paid with this after December 12th. You can collect points right now. If you use that link, you get bonus cash right off the bat. It's in beta right now. It's going to be released December 12th. Highly recommend you guys check that out. You guys literally can get paid just from watching the stream because I'm affiliated with them, so it's good stuff. I also have another ebook. I'll probably let you guys know when that's done. Trying to shoot for the end of this week. Worst case scenario. And next week, really fucking excited for it. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about that at the end of the stream. It's not the body language one. It's one I'm really excited for. It's the one that I'm basically putting all my best stuff in this. It's not going to be too long, but it's going to be really fucking powerful. It stemmed from my own journey of like the power of self-transformation and going from fat fucking loser who like, dude, I literally like I was like pretty fucking pathetic, and like within a few months of learning the shit that I learned, like like my confidence went through the roof. I was literally a different dude with some of the shit that I learned. So I'm squeezing this all into one book. It's going to be an ebook, so you guys can view it on your phone. You can view it on the PC. So I'll let you guys know what the details are with that. But without further ado, I guess we'll start the RuneScape stream. Love you guys. Alright. What do we got here? First thing that pops into my head when I hear RuneScape is the